What's up, guys? Tech here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we have some latest tech news that I want to talk about. And not only that, I am not alone. We have another guest coming into the video. But stay tuned to see who it is and hear what he has to say. He's going to be covering the Macs and other stuff. So if you guys are interested in hearing what he has to say, make sure you guys stay until the end of the video. I'm sure you guys are going to like who it is and what they have to say about it. So, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so we're going to be splitting this into some sections. First, we're going to be covering the iPhones, then we're going to be covering the iPads, and then we're going to be covering the Apple Watch. And then, like I said, at the end of the video, the other person will be covering the Macs and MacBooks. So, let's begin with the iPhones. So it says here, I have it here on the screen in front of me, so I'll be reading it off. So it says here, at a glance, rumors suggest that Apple will unveil 4 iPhones in 2021 with camera improvements, faster chips, and perhaps an under-display Touch ID. Very, very quickly here, I do want to point out, I think that this is a really good move for Apple. There's certain circumstances where if one way you can't get into your phone, there's always the other option. So I think that's a good idea, and I'm really happy to see that Apple is finally doing this. I really had hoped that we had that in the past when it came to iPhone 11 and iPhone 12. Sadly, that did not happen, so to finally see this come is a really good move. And yeah, I can't wait to see how this works and, you know, how many people are going to like it or not like it. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. I want to hear your thoughts. So, like I said, 4 sizes. Similar to the iPhone 12 lineup. It's not going to look too different. I know that there's been pictures such as this that have the diagonal look, which is kind of weird. You know, now that we're used to the way that the iPhone 11 and iPhone 12 look, it's kind of weird to see it go diagonal. But, you know, with the iPhone 13 Pro, you know, with the Pro models, I think it's going to be a lot better. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that as well. So, smaller notch, 120 Hz ProMotion display. Now, this is one thing that I want to touch up really, really quickly here and say, I personally don't, you know, I don't care for 120 Hz. Yes, it's really cool. I have touched Androids that do have it, and it's really, really cool. I just personally, I'm content with what I have on the iPhone. I think that especially the iPhone 12 Pro models are really, really awesome displays. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind once I have more experience with it in the future. But that's what I think right now. So, of course, as usual in all models of iPhones, we will be seeing a lot of camera improvements. Of course, a new A15 chip, 5G, and this will all come, God willing, in the fall of 2021. Now, the iPhone 2021 lineup will look similar to the 2020 models, as I previously had just said, and with 4 devices in size that include the 5.4-inch, 6.1 inches, and 6.7 inches, with 2 of those iPhones being a higher end Pro model and 2 positioned at lower cost, affordable prices. So I think that's a really cool idea. As far as pricing, I think they're gonna be about the same, maybe $100 more, but Apple has kept it around the same price every time that there's a new iPhone. They'll just lower the prices on the older models. So I'm thinking that's gonna be what's gonna happen in this, model coming up. So I am gonna kind of repeat myself reading this, but major design changes are not to be expected in this year's model. 2021 iPhones will have the same feature set as the 2020 models, but we can count on camera improvements as usual, like I just said. A series processor that is much faster, 5G chip from Qualcomm, increased battery life, and tweaks to the notch. Now, with those tweaks to the notch, I do not think it's going to be a big tweak to the notch, but I do think that a lot of people will be happy. I have seen some renders and different pictures, and it doesn't look that different. I think it's more the bezels than the actual notch itself, but it does look slightly different from the models that we have now. So now I want to talk about the wireless charging and how all that's going to work. It says here that there were rumors that at least one iPhone in the 2021 lineup would feature a portless design. Again, like I said, take this with a very small grain of salt. I do not think that these phones will be ready for a fully portless design. I will be very surprised to see that happen. Now, even though that there has been some sources saying this, I do not think that's going to be the case, especially, like I said, this year. Maybe in 2, 3, 4 years, but definitely do not expect it this year. I don't want people thinking that, this is going to be a thing and then see the phone and be discouraged and disappointed that it didn't happen. So again, like I said, take it with a very small grain of salt. Alright, so with all that being read and said, I do now want to talk about the iPads. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a really massive amount of iPads right now. I think there's going to be very small updates, if any. It says here that rumors about an OLED iPad started last year when reliable analyst Ming-Chi Kuo said the company was preparing an iPad Pro with this display for the second half of 2021. Although the report at this time focused more on the iPad Pro with a mini LED display, which happens to have launched in April. That was the moment when the rumors had started. So again, like I said, we already have mini LED iPads, so if there's any now, it's not going to be a really big upgrade. So expect a really big upgrade in 2022, 2023. That's when I think there's going to be a more sufficient upgrade than what there is in 2021. So I have talked about the Apple Watch Series 7 before, and I've shown you guys some pictures of it that John Prosser gave us. I will display those now on screen for you guys to check out, but from what I'm reading here, it says that it's been 6 years since the first Apple Watch hit the market, which to me is insane that the Apple Watch has been around for 6 years and still going strong. I always think, what's next for the Apple Watch? What more can we have? because between the design and the software, I think it's so good that I don't think we need too much more. But, thanks to Apple and the employees there that work on these things, they're always thinking about what's next, what there is to compete with other smartwatches out there, and they're always coming up with really great and new stuff. So, building on a report of a new S7 chip design, the Economic Daily News. By the way, I do want to say the Economic Daily News, they're not too reliable. If you go to the Apple Track website, and I'll put it on the screen for you guys here to see what the ratings are, not really good. So when anybody talks about Economic Daily News, take it with a very small grain of salt. Just wanted to inform you guys and put that out there for you guys. It says that the Apple is freeing up space inside the Apple Watch to add a larger capacity battery. So maybe it's going to look a little bit bigger than what we have already, which, by the way, I mean, I think that the Apple Watch is getting to be very big, and I don't know about it getting bigger. I mean, I've seen really big smartwatches out there, and I'll put a picture of one that I saw, and if it ever comes to this, man, that's just crazy. All I'm going to say about that. But it also says here, according to Digitimes report, Apple is expected to use a new double-size packaging technique for the S7 SIP, or System in Package, to help further reduce its size. The packaging process will apparently be supplied by ASC Technology, which outlines its process and benefits here. The reduced size could make way for a larger battery or other components, or simply used to make the Apple Watch Series 7 smaller or thinner. I think that they should go for smaller and thinner. They've done the Apple Watch SE that I have here, and I really like how they have the Apple Watch Series 6 design in a small body. And I definitely think that this, for me and other people, it's going to be a very sufficient size. So if they could make a smaller and thinner watch, that would be very cool and interesting to see. But we'll see what happens. I know that, between the watchOS 8 and everything, they're going to need something that fits it. So we'll see what they do. It says here, Apple Watch Series 7 design and colors. John Prosser of Front Page Tech reported that the Apple Watch Series 7 could feature a new design, one that has flat edges like the iPhone 12. Really good move, by the way. I think that having the rounded flat edges really look very neat. I mean, I love how it looks on the iPad and the iPhone. So to see it coming to the Apple Watch, awesome move. So I can't wait to actually own one of this. I just got the Apple Watch SE, so if I ever got a new watch, it wouldn't be for another few years. Like I said, and tell you guys all the time, as long as these things are still getting upgrades to the software, I think that is the only time you need to upgrade, is when the software upgrades stop on that certain device. Here, Prosser created renders of the watch based on information he has seen. Analyst Minchi Kuo said back in November 2020 that the Series 7 watch will feature an improved form factor, while Mark Gurman recently reported that the Apple Watch could have thinner bezels and a slightly thicker case. I'll put the picture that I've shared before from John Prosser right here for you guys to check out. This is what it's supposedly going to look like. I do think, again, like I said, this is a really cool design, especially if they do the speaker grills like they have in this picture. This is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see how it sounds. I think that the Apple Watches do have great speakers, and to see it grow like this is going to be amazing. Prosser also said that Apple is experimenting with colors, and the Series 7 may come in a variety of colors like the 24-inch iMac. It's not clear if the current blue and red colors would be sticking around. And I really, really hope that they make a red color. Not necessarily the shade that is in this picture, but I do hope that they make a red color kind of like they did before with this watch. I think that the red is amazing. I think colors are amazing. So to have more colors, to match your iPhones, iPads, Macs, whatever, is a really cool thing. I honestly like doing the mix and match with different products that I have when it comes to their cases. So to actually mix and match the actual product versus the case would be really, really cool. So it says here, health and fitness. A recent report by The Telegraph said that Apple is a customer of a company that specializes in next-gen health sensors, fueling speculation that the next Apple Watch will have blood pressure, glucose, and alcohol level monitoring. However, Bloomberg reported that while Apple is working on such functionality, it won't be ready for the Series 7 and may not be ready for several more years. Alright, so it says here, Mark Gurman reported that Apple could release an Apple Watch with a rugged casing, which could appeal to users who participate in extreme events and sports. Such a watch could have exterior that's more scratch and impact resistant to better compete with Casio and Luminox rugged watches. Gurman initially said that Apple could decide to cancel or delay the plans for the rugged watch, and more recently reported that plans were likely pushed to 2022. Maybe it's coming, maybe it's not. We'll have to see. I think that this is a really, really cool idea of having that. I'm personally still trying to find a rugged case for this watch. So to actually have an Apple Watch that doesn't really need a rugged case that's actually rugged itself would be really, really cool and interesting. As there's a lot of people out there who use the Apple Watch for extreme sports and different other occasions. So that's pretty cool. As far as bands go, I've already shown a lot of bands in one of my last videos. They do have a lot of sports bands to support the Olympics and other things. If you guys did not watch that video, make sure to catch it. I'll link that down in the description for you guys as well. So that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. And without further ado, now I want to pass it to my guest, who is one of the greatest creators on this platform, in my opinion, and who does an amazing job at tech news. So, Saran, here's to you, man.
It's Saran from the Saran Byte channel, and today let's delve into the Macs we should see before the end of 2021. So let's begin with the Mac everyone's waiting for, and that is the M1X MacBook Pro. So we should see 14-inch and 16-inch sizes. We should see mini LED displays, the ones we have on the iPad Pro. We should also see M1X on these Macs, which should offer double the power cores the M1 has right now, and up to 32 GPU cores. So yeah, the performance is gonna be absolutely insane. We should also see a new design with these MacBooks, something like the iPhone 12 series or the iPad Pro series or even the new iMac. Basically, we're going to see flat edges and it's going to look absolutely amazing. We should also see more RAM with these MacBooks, better mics, the return of the legacy ports like the SD card slot and HDMI, and also the removal of the touch bar. As for release, we should see these MacBooks in October/November, and price-wise, it should be identical to the current 4-port 13-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, there is one more Mac we should see before the end of the year, and that is the M1X Mac Mini. Now, this should have identical specs to the MacBook Pros, and also comes with a new design that has plexiglass on top, so we could see colors with the next generation Mac Mini, and also we could see the magnetic power port from the iMac come over to the Mac Mini. As for release, expect it alongside the MacBook Pros, and price-wise it should be around $1,100. So yeah, those are all the Macs we should see in 2021. Thank you to TA Tech for having me on, and I hope to see some of you guys on my channel very, very soon.
Okay, so I know my part was extremely long compared to Saran's, but I do want to thank you, man, for coming on and doing this collaboration with me. I had a really great time doing this and editing this. I really hope that you and all the other viewers enjoy this video. Guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.